guys. Thanks so much for joining. I'm glad to spend another Thursday hanging out with you guys, chatting all things garden. It's going to be a fun one. So I figured I'm just sitting out here. It's very windy outside today, and I went out there and I was like, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time outside today. But I was like, I'll come hang out in my seed starting area again and hang out and chat with you guys. I feel like you guys are all my friends that I come join and chat with a couple times a week, so it's always fun. Um, Welcome. Thank you. Oh, I see. Hello. Hi. Yeah, it's hello. Oh, it's drizzly where you are. It is bright and sunny here, but it is here in Oklahoma. So welcome if you guys aren't aware. So I'm in zone 7 in central Oklahoma, and it is very windy today. It is very true what the song says. The wind does come sweeping down the plain quite often. It is very, very windy out there. And yeah, unfortunately, not a great day to be outside in the garden, but it is a beautiful day in the garage with my seed starts and all that. Hello. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Yeah, pop in the chat. Let me know where you guys are joining from. Say hi. I'd love to see where everybody is from too. And so today I'm going live on a bunch of different platforms too. So forgive me if I am like clicking between things. I can pop up comments from most places. I can't pop them up from Instagram, but I can see them. So I'm clicking over there and seeing you guys and saying hello to. Um, so, welcome everybody, and thank y'all for joining. So, like I said, we're just going to hang out today for a little bit. I had a little bit of time since the weather is so bad outside. Um, I figured I'd hang out with you guys, my friends, and we can chat all things gardening. I would love to hear what you guys are growing right now. If you guys have stuff growing inside right now, or if you guys are planting outside, I'd love to hear it. And bring all your questions too. So it's a community here. If I don't know the answer, maybe somebody in the chat will know the answer too. So all things gardening. So or app related too. If you have any questions too, please let us know. Okay. Oh, I see lots of hello from Atlanta. Hi, CJ. We have every from everywhere, I feel like, too. Kansas City too. Hey, Julia. Yeah. Oh, great. So you're here in Oklahoma. Yes. So you understand the weather then today. It is very, very windy. Oh, bummer. Yes, we actually just got a delivery in from Park 2. We ordered some more petunia seeds. I am growing like pretty much every variety of petunia I can get my hands on right now. And I wanted to grow a whole bunch of different pink ones and for because I have this pink green stalk that I really want to put a bunch of petunias in. So I'm doing that right now. So I'm starting a whole bunch of petunias. So we actually just got a delivery in from Park Seed too. Ah, bummer. Linda says 2 weeks until our last frost date, so no planting there yet. Well, I will say there are some things you can plant before the last frost date, but yes, definitely wait on quite a few things for sure. It is, I mean, I've planted, I do have like covers just in case like it gets cold, but um, right now I'm safe. Hopefully, luckily. I think we got our last freeze last week, so we should be good. But I would love to hear. You guys starting anything indoors or anything like that too? Oh, hi, Sue. Oh, I love the plant now, plant soon part of the app. Yes, me too. So if you're unfamiliar with what Sue's talking about, it's right here. So I'm sharing the web app right now, which is at app.seedtospoon.net. So that way I don't have my phone handy because I'm using it to talk with all you guys, so I can pull it up on the computer and share it too. But yes, Sue, that is my favorite part too, is this part right here, the grow now. It gets me really excited, especially right now because my last frost date just happened. So now I feel like so many things are on there. I mean, look at all of these things I can plant now. It is awesome. I'm very excited. So all of yours will look different depending on where you are because it calculates out the planting dates based on where you live and when your last frost dates are and all that. So way it makes it all customized for everybody. Okay, let's see. Okay, Julia says she has a question. Here, let me pop over here real quick. Julia says, question, can we grow lettuce, beets, and carrots in the summer, but in a shaded area? Um, yes-ish to a point. So I will myself, I try to extend the growing season of things like lettuce and root crops and things like that as much as I can by giving them a little bit of shade, especially in the afternoon. If you give them some afternoon shade, that'll help a lot because that's when the sun is just super intense. Now, it's not going to last the entire summer. I'm depending on where you are. I mean, if you are like super up north, maybe somebody else up there would have better luck. But um, where I am here in Zone 7, I definitely can't grow those things year round, unfortunately. But I'm going to try to grow them as long as possible. And we talked a little bit too on Tuesday about this, but I am definitely going to be trying to grow a lot of things year round too by growing like lettuce indoors, especially lettuce, because oh man, I missed lettuce so much and I didn't have any over the winter. And then whenever I planted out really early this spring because we have a little sunroom area that's right off our house. So it gets a little bit warmer than outside. So I was able to start it early and I was just oh, I was so excited on it. But I've been eating a lot of salads because I have it just right there. It's like right off of our kitchen. So I can just go and harvest it whenever I want to, which is amazing. So I feel like whenever it's like right there, right in sight and in reach, it encourages you to eat it more and all of that too. So I am planning on trying to grow some more lettuce and things like that in the kitchen and because I have a kitchen ledge that gets some pretty good sun, and I'm going to attempt to grow some lettuce there over the summer. I'll let you know how it goes. Oh, bummer. Yes. So struggling with last minute temperature drops for 3 days overnight. Yeah, that stinks. I'm sorry. But hopefully soon you'll be able to go out there and transplant. I know sometimes we've done, whenever we have like super late frosts, we will go ahead and transplant things out, but then keep them in these smart pot containers. So that way we can bring them inside if we need to, if we get last minute temperature drops or anything like that. Especially with like the tomatoes and peppers, you have to be so careful with tomatoes and peppers, especially because if they get too cold at night, then you're going to be dealing with them stunting and all of that. And I don't know about you guys, but I feel like once my tomatoes and peppers get stunted overnight, it takes them forever to recover. And yeah, it gets really rough. Okay, Wendy says, I have a bunch of shallow pots that I use in my garden areas for extra color. That's cool. What are some shallow rooted flowers and herbs you suggest using? I'm thinking moss rose, chamomile, baby's breath. That sounds beautiful. Sweet alyssum would be another really good one. I love sweet alyssum. I'm growing that. I have actually some growing back here right now. Yeah, anything that's probably not too large would be good there. I mean, you could probably even, depending on how shallow we're talking, you could probably even do something like smaller zinnias because there's like dwarf zinnias, which are my favorite. I love them. And like the smaller, shorter varieties, things like that. I mean, I bet petunias would even go really good there too. And I mean, a lot of herbs, like especially if it doesn't take over too much, like thyme would probably be good because I feel like it does spread and it like almost trails over and it does really well in containers and pots and things like that. And it looks really pretty too. I love growing thyme. So hopefully that gives you a few ideas. If anybody else has any ideas, pop them into the chat. I like this. Linda says my house looks like a greenhouse. I definitely feel you because I mean, I know I'm in my garage, but I am surrounded by green here. But we also have a lot of plants that I grow inside too. I even have a tomato growing on my kitchen windowsill in in our dining room, and it's taking over. It's a little bit large because usually I grow the kitchen minis, which I have several kitchen minis that I'm growing back here, which I'm going to transfer out and transplant them into some 1 gallon smart pots. Um, they grow perfect in these 1 gallon smart pots because these little kitchen mini tomatoes are probably like this tall. Like, I kid you not, they are super tiny, very, very compact. You can grow them in a little tiny container, and they give you so many tomatoes also, which is crazy. But it was one of my favorite things to grow last year, so I have a whole bunch more that I'm going to be doing. But in the meantime, I had some tomatoes growing in there that were a patio variety I had never grown before. And I was like, let's see how big a patio variety is. And it's quite larger than the kitchen minis. So I'm probably going to put them up into a larger smart pot because they're in a 1 gallon right now, and transplant them out because it is definitely a little too large for my kitchen and also just the 1 gallon smart pot. So I'm probably going to put it in like a little five or something, maybe move it out onto my porch or something. But I still think it's perfect for patio, but it's definitely, I feel like they are all aptly named. So the kitchen minis are perfect for your kitchen. The patio varieties are perfect for your patio. So I guess I should have known that, right? With the name. Let's see. Okay. Sorry, I'm reading through all your comments. It's just me today, so I'm trying to come through. Hi, Cheryl. Nice to see you from North Carolina today. Nice. Hi, Melissa. I am in Zone 7. I live in central Oklahoma, and I have here, let me see if I can pop up a picture of my backyard, if it'll show up good for you guys. Let me see how well this shows. Yeah, it's kind of cut off a little bit, but this is my garden right here. I am growing a whole bunch in. I have this is half of my garden over here where I have a bunch of these cattle panel arch trellises, and I grow a lot of things vertically up them and around them, and then I grow in these smart pot, these fabric containers right here up against the cattle panels, and that way I do use that to grow above them and around them. It is so amazing having food just coming down the arches as you walk through them. It's my favorite place in the garden. And then the other half of our garden is over here. We have 10 of these 4x8 just wooden raised beds. And with some of them, we have those DIY PVC dome hoop houses over. And we have a mixture of things. Right now, we're actually taking off of our plastic sheeting covering because it's getting way too warm for that here. So we've taken off all of our plastic sheeting now, and we're in the process of applying our insect netting, trying to protect some of our like greens and brassicas, especially because the cabbage moths will come in and yeah, they will wreak havoc on my brassicas if I let them. So that's one of the beauties of having this right here because I can just keep them covered with insect netting. I wish I had a picture of one that had insect netting, but I do have lots of pictures of them up on our Instagram and Facebook and all of that. So pop through or pop through on there because I have a whole bunch of those pictures and how to's and all of that throughout there. Okay. Let's see. So Carol says, will you grow your lettuce in soil? Will you need grow lights all year on them? Will they bolt inside too? So these are great questions. So with my indoor lettuce that I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing, I am going to put them in some soil, but I'm going to use just a small amount because I'm going to be growing them in I know it's probably hard for you guys to see. Oh, here's one I can grab. That's not too far away. So this is just a small 1 gallon smart pot right here. It's not too large at all. So I put that's the size that I was talking about. It fits perfect on a windowsill ledge. And I just put like a little shallow saucer right underneath it. And so it's not a lot of soil, but I mean, obviously it is some soil. But so yes, I will be growing in soil. And for me personally, I will put have grow lights on them. Let me see if I actually have a picture of them to show you because that setup's so cool. I don't. Oh, bummer. Okay. I do have a video made about this, but I'll post another picture or video or something like that today also about my inside grow area that I have that I use. But long story short, I use grow lights that are actually like almost invisible unless you are really looking for them. So I have them, you know, where that like that sash is right at the middle of the window. So I have them lined right there. So I have two of them lined up right there. And then I have some fish. Oh my gosh, my mind left me, of course. Um, oh my gosh, somebody help me. The stuff that you use to catch fish, fishing wire or something like that. I don't know. I'm not the fishing person, my husband is, but so it's clear, you can't see it, and it's hooked up to the very top of the window. So it's like almost invisible unless you are really looking for it. And I honestly forget that they're turned on unless like because they're on a timer also. So I honestly forget about them and they just click on and off. And I honestly forget that they're there unless they happen to click on and off like while I'm in there. I'm like, oh, whoa, because it makes a huge difference without me even really noticing. Um, but the reason why I use it is because I have a lot of really big trees outside of that window, and it is the sunniest window that I have, but I don't have a lot of sunny windows, unfortunately, in this house because we have a lot of really big trees that surround the house. So we get a lot of shade, which is a great thing, but not if you're trying to grow things there. But um, they will eventually die in you, but I am going to be growing like different rounds. I'm going to be doing succession planting even indoors for the lettuce, and I'm going to be growing things. So I have different stages of the plants at different lives and all of that. Ooh, Cheryl says I have 10 days of nighttime highs over 50. Ooh, that's a difficult. So if it were me, I I probably would, but don't quote me on that. Um, Honestly, I don't know what it looks like after that fact, and just be prepared if you do have to cover them because I assume you're talking about like tomatoes and peppers. So just be prepared if you do get a sudden drop in temperature or anything like that, that it will. You need to cover it or something like that. I do have. I wonder if I have one around here. Not easily accessible. Okay. But I use these 5 gallon jugs that I just cut the bottom off and I can just place it over top of like a tomato or pepper and it works like a little mini greenhouse. So if you don't have any other options, try something like that. Even, I mean, if it's a smaller plant too, you can just cut the bottom of like a milk jug even and pop that over top of it. It's just there's so many different options and so many ways that you can protect your plants. And also, if you put it in smart pots, you can just bring them inside. We've had nights where we do get a random cold front. We're like, oh no, let's go collect all of their peppers, and we go out there and we're just carrying in smart pots and bringing them into our bathtub. I mean, there was one day we had like, oh man, we had so many plants in our shower and our bath. It gets pretty comical around here sometimes, but it's definitely worth it because I don't want anything to happen to my peppers and tomatoes, right? I mean, those are one of my favorite things to grow, so I'm always overly cautious with them. Okay. Oh, thanks. Yes, I love using cattle. We use cattle panels like everywhere in our garden. I kid you not. Even Dale built me, my husband, he built me so many different cattle panel areas because I was like, that was my favorite part. So we went out there and he was like, okay, let's do it. So we put in, oh gosh, I think we have like 4 or 5 cattle panel arch trellises now. Maybe more. Um, but it really is, it's so amazing to be able to use the height as well and to be able to grow vertical because we have a lot of space out here, but it's also, regardless of space issues, I mean, it's obviously a huge space saver, but it also helps with things like pests too because you can see if there's a problem a lot quicker and faster, especially like for things that I'm really monitoring. I mean, even things like cucumbers or melons. I've grown melons vertically before. I've pretty much grown everything vertically. But yeah, they're all super fun to do. Oh, I bet this is not true. It's okay. For me, I honestly feel like no garden is ugly because you have green in there, I'm sure, right? And your plants, I'm sure, bring so much beauty. But there's a lot of things too that you could probably try to trail over if you're worried about like the cinder block walls or things like that. I bet there's things that you could grow vertically, like in front of them and around. And I'm always trying to be creative with what I can grow, like up walls. It's always fun. Ooh, Cheryl says she's got pineapple tomato and oh, chocolate cherry tomatoes. I love chocolate cherry tomatoes. I will say I pulled a fast one probably on my kids, but they were so excited to grow chocolate cherry tomatoes. This was several years back now, so they were younger, and they were like chocolate cherry tomato. Yes, let's do it. They were so excited, and then we went like, and it actually got them to eat it, but they're like, this doesn't taste like chocolate. But they're like, it actually tastes pretty good though. So it got them to actually eat it, which was really good. So I was like, okay, thank you, the name of the chocolate cherry. That worked out good. But it is to this day like one of my favorites. That and um, random name ones too. Like the dinosaur kale is another big fan of the kids. They love that one too, just because it has dinosaur in the name. It's pretty funny. Ooh, Sue says all of my kitchen minis have germinated and have their second set of true leaves. Gonna move them over to the green stalk soon. Oh, I can't wait to hear how this goes because I haven't ever grown the kitchen minis before in a green stalk. So, if you guys are unaware what a green stalk tower is, so these are here's one of them, right here. It's this is one we had just planted out. This is an old picture, but this is essentially what it is. You water from the top to up where that little thing is up at the very top. You put some water in that, and the water disperses throughout all of the little cubbies. It's perfect. It's a great space saver. You can grow a lot of things vertically with that. So that's another one of my favorites. But I'm excited, Sue. You'll have to let us know how growing the kitchen minis does in that because I've never tried that. So if I have extra kitchen minis, I'll give it a try with you. Oh, yep. Thank you. Everybody's popping in. I was behind on the chat fishing line from everybody. Yes, thank you. Yeah, sometimes my mind just leaves me. Yes, Wendy, you definitely do because the purple ones are by far my favorites because it just brings so much extra color into the garden too. I like having bright things out there besides like my flowers and the fruits and vegetables and all of that too. I really like having like bright and colorful things too. Oh, yeah, blue too. Definitely. I love all of them. Oh, yes. Thank you. Yeah, 2-liter bottles work really well too if you do have smaller plants. Definitely. Okay. Okay, so Jackie says, do you have any ideas to how for how to get cattle panels for cheap? So, cattle panels can definitely be pricey if you are getting them at stores and whatnot. Um, our favorite way to go through and do it is honestly Facebook Marketplace. Whenever we first moved out here, we went through and we found a listing where somebody was getting rid of a whole bunch of cattle panels for a lot cheaper and they were in great condition. So that's definitely someplace I would look. So someplace like Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, just Facebook groups sometimes too. I see random things like that. So if you're not already on any of those groups or anything, check them out because that is super helpful. And that's where we've gotten most of our cattle panels as well as our T posts that we use too. There's so many. Oh, bummer. Yeah, she said she looked around, hasn't found any. But yeah, definitely check the like resale for places because that may be where you find them. Oh, yep. More questions about the cattle panel. So that is where I got them. So I got mine off Facebook Marketplace. So believe it or not, that's the best place that I always recommend. It's definitely going to be the cheapest place. But besides that, I know like places like Tractor Supply have them before. We have gotten them from Tractor Supply, but it's obviously going to be more expensive from there too. Oh, Cheryl, you bring up a great point here. I wish I could grow zucchini vertically. So I definitely have done this before, sort of. I will say sort of. But a way that you can sort of train your zucchini to grow vertically is by putting a T-post next to it. And you just start kind of tying it, with that tape that you can use for plants to tie it up and start training it to grow vertically up against this T-post as support. And it's not going to be perfect, obviously, but it will definitely help. And it helps a lot with pests. It's easier for me to spot if there's squash bugs or anything like that, or if there's an issue at the base from like a squash vine borer, but it's definitely better for me to find things for like the birds or the other beneficial predators that are out there searching for squash bugs. It's easier for them to find, and the squash bugs I just find don't really like it as much. They like to be hidden and all of that. So any way that you can sort of get them to grow vertically would be a lot better for you, for sure. Ooh, and it sounds like people actually have a specific variety too of climbing zucchini. I've never tried this before myself. I always try to do what I talked about, like the putting the T post in and just kind of like training it to go up. Always works really well for me. I love that. Um, oh, bummer. I'm sorry. You just got the notification. Um, let's see. First time patio bag container growing attempt. Awesome. Where do you recommend purchase of live seedlings? So honestly, I would avoid big box stores because they're not going to have as much like love and care taken with them as somewhere like a local nursery had. Um, honestly, you can purchase live plants as well too from places like Park Seed and those places as well. But the main places I would avoid are the big box stores. But definitely give it a try this year, getting going from like a local nursery, all of that, and try next year growing a few things from seed. Like just dip your toe into it because it will save you so much money in the long run too. Because seeds are way cheaper than buying seedlings now for most things, and there's things that are a lot easier to grow with seeds as well. So there's several things that I could recommend for you. But if you're wanting to grow your own food, like start with lettuce this fall. Like just go out there and sprinkle some lettuce into one of your patio containers that you have. And I think you'll be surprised on how easy it grows and how much cheaper it is to buy that than buying live plants. Oh, thanks. I'm glad you're joining, Elizabeth. We always have a lot of fun. I always feel like we're all just kind of hanging out and chatting, and we're all friends here. So it's always fun. Okay, what can I use other than cattle panel that's cheaper? Um, so I don't know if anything's cheaper. Um, I don't know the price difference, but we have used, oh my goodness, what is it called? Um, uh, oh my goodness. Yeah, this is another one of those moments. I'm going to kick myself at the end. There is like the things that you lay in the ground whenever you're laying cement. Um, Somebody help me out in the comments. Maybe somebody can help me. But they're, oh my goodness, I'm losing it. Anyways, I must be getting old. I have a lot of things on my mind. But you can get it in the section where there's cement. Thank you, Sue. Concrete wire grid. Yeah, I mean, that'll work too. Um, but yeah, any of these, thanks, Wendy, too. Welded gauge wire, tall wooden stakes. Yes, all of those. Yeah, a lot of these. Yeah, wire grid. I mean, all of these work. Yeah. But yeah, just go look in the cement section at like a Home Depot or Lowe's, and they have these grids that you can lay down before you put concrete down. But we've used these before in the past, um, and we've put them vertically and let things grow up them, and it's worked really well. So all we do is just put a T post or a U post in the ground, and then we just place it right up against it, throw a few zip ties around it, and it holds it really well. So it's pretty great. I mean, there's a lot of different things that you can use. I mean, I know a lot of people could pop what they use into the chat too, but for me, I mean, I stick with doing so many things for with cattle panels. I know they have like fabric ways that you can grow. I wish I had a picture of this right now, but I do have this pole bean tower that is so cool. It's like 6 feet tall, if not taller, but it's really just, it's really cool. You run just string from the top to the bottom, and the pole beans just climb the string. And it's amazing. I love it. You can get those at Park Seed. I don't know the price at all of them because it's been a long time since I've bought mine. I have two of them. It's been several years now since I bought mine, but they are really great. I love them, and I grow pole beans up them every single year, and they work really great. Okay. Oh, yeah, Wendy says hog panels are okay too. Yeah, for sure. They're not as large, and I do find I think they're about the same price as cattle panels. So I generally do stick with cattle panels, but hog panels have like the smaller openings too. So yeah, like you're saying, I use for peas and beans, so nothing bigger gets stuck. So yeah, that's a good call. Okay. Yes, Wendy, I'm with you. There's nothing like growing from seed. I it 100%. There is just something different, and it's just the accomplishment that you get whenever you start seeds and then come back to like it's amazing and it definitely will make you feel great and you'll want to keep doing it. And whenever, especially like for me, flowers were the most recent things that I started from seed, and whenever I first see the bloom or when I first am able to harvest one of the foods, it's just yes, it is something above none else. It is amazing. I love it. Okay. Oh, great question. I actually get this question all the time. How do zip ties hold up to the sun? So, honestly, I've never had an issue with any of them snapping on me. People always ask me that, and they're always like, "Oh, I bet those zip ties pop in the season." And I'm like, "I've used them for years, and I've never had an issue." But not to say that they wouldn't. Maybe we just have really good ones. I don't know. But I've never had an issues with the zip ties that I use. But I will say I do have things climbing up them and giving them shade too, so they're not really getting direct sun the entire time, especially in the summer, because that's when I'm growing a lot of my vining things and all of that. And yeah, they're pretty great. Um, Thank you. Yes. Yeah, we had a couple people look them up. Yeah. Yeah, those things are great. And I know it is pricey, but I mean they last forever. You just have to restring them every season, which I mean it comes with a whole bunch of string, and I just restring it every year, and it works great. So it's nothing that I have to worry about breaking or only like have one use out of. It works really good. But I will say too, if you guys are yearly premium Seed to Spoon app members, you can buy one of these too, and you don't have to pay shipping. So all of the yearly subscribers get free shipping. So make sure I let you all know about that. Okay, I haven't found flowers I like to transplant. Yes, seeds on the other, absolutely. Um, yeah, with Cheryl, I'm going to agree here with Cheryl because marigolds are definitely something you can never have enough of. And they are one that I transplant all the time because especially with the marigolds, I am always wanting to start them early. So that way, whenever I go out and get my tomatoes planted and transplanted out, I always get I always put at least one basil and one marigold with my tomato. So that way I'm like, I'm protecting it and I'm also growing something really pretty next to it and really tasty next to it. And yeah, so pretty much that is one that I will transplant every single year if none other is marigolds. But also after last year too, I did a lot of nasturtium and calendula and petunias and all of that. Like all of those now, I'm always going to be starting from seed indoors just so I can get a head start on them too. And yeah, it's so much fun. Ah, yes. Good call out. I love it. Marigolds are also edible. You know what? Believe it or not, I have never tried. I've never eaten them. I know we always talk about how they are an edible flower and how great that is, but I'm like, I don't think I've ever tried them, which hold me to this, everybody in there. Make sure that I try them this year. I will. I will try them. So, Jackie, you'll have to let me know. How have you eaten them? Have you just ate them? Like, or do you add them to salads? Like, that's how I usually hear people do them. They put them into salads and just adds a really pretty garnish as well as, like you said, a peppery topping almost. I like that. I like that. Marigolds grow wild in my garden now. That's amazing. That's kind of how my zinnias are out in my garden because I let my zinnias at the end of the season in the fall just go to seed at the very end and they drop all their seeds down and so once I plant zinnias once, I am always going to have zinnias out there and they will reseed themselves, come back to spring. I can't wait. So I will still start zinnias because I want a whole bunch of them. And I actually already am starting zinnias because I have new patches that we've made of zinnia areas. And it's been, yeah, I love it. Okay. Oh no, I have a black thumb for marigold. I'm so sorry. Um, so I will say, I mean, I've never really had a lot of issue with marigolds. I start them usually, I have a whole bunch of them growing right behind me actually. This entire flat right here it's in a bootstrap tray and it has a whole bunch of marigolds and a bunch of different varieties I love. And I put in we made our own seed starting mix. We did a mixture of half of some coconut core and half vermiculite and we mix that together and use that as the seed starting medium. And then I just put a little bit of marigolds in there, and I mean, they all came up and did their thing. They're doing amazing in there. Um, I would definitely check and see like what seeds you're using. Maybe are they old seeds by chance? Maybe that's some of it too. And yeah, so hopefully this year though, my fingers are crossed for you. You're gonna do great with marigolds. They are really fun. Ooh, followed it. So Jackie says adding marigolds to salads, but I've only taste tested them. Yeah, so I'm definitely going to do both. I will add them to salads this year and I'm going to taste test them. So thank you all for inspiring me. I love it. Oh, looky here. Hello, everybody. This is Dale. This is my husband. Oh, here we go. He's asking questions. Okay, everybody, help him brainstorm for me. What kind of cut flowers should I grow besides zinnias? She likes pink. Okay, everybody, help us brainstorm. What should we? Ooh, here we go. Celosia. I like it. Um I like it. I've grown red before, red ones, a long time ago, and I actually started from some from seed this, and I don't know what variety I started though, so I'm gonna have to look that up. But I did mark it in the Seed to Spoon app, so but I don't know which. Yeah, here I have a whole bunch of different. Here, let's check out all my garden beds that I have here. I have a whole bunch of them. So these beds right here, I have all of my garden beds, my 4x8 ones that I showed you guys earlier, numbered. And then right here, these are all of the trays that I have behind me of all of these bootstrap trays and yeah, all of those here. So let's see, probably in this one right here. Oh, look at this. Yes. Burning embers. So yeah. I have that one growing right now. So I'm excited to grow that. Awesome. Ooh. Okay, I will check that out. I will check it out. Oh. Oh, bummer. Okay, well, you know what? At least we found the culprit. That's probably it. Because if it wasn't stored in like the perfect conditions, it's probably not going to work great anymore. So I definitely recommend getting some good new fresh seeds. Try the Park Swapper. That's my favorite marigold for sure. Although I am trying a bunch of new varieties of marigolds too this year, but the Park Swapper one is amazing because it's just the blooms were huge. Like I always say, like they were the size of my hand. It was incredible. I love them, and they come in both yellow and orange. So try those ones out. I think you'll like them. Ooh, daisies. Yes. I love it. I'm growing some paper daisies. It was a paper daisy mix, so it's going to be a bunch of different colors. So those are seeds I started indoors too. So hopefully, ooh, cosmos, carnate. Oh, yes, I love carnations. Oh, so these cone flowers, the spirit mix. Yes, I have seen those. Those are absolutely gorgeous. I love it. Yeah, that's great. Oh, cool. So speaking of yes, I found a seed shaker. That's awesome. Yes, I Dale created a entire new place in the garden for zinnias, and he was literally just going out there and sprinkling a whole bunch of zinnias. Because on it, like we kid you not, like that is our favorite flower to grow, and because it grows so well in the summertime here, it was great to have. Okay. Oh, good call out. So not all marigolds are edible. So yes, thank you. Yeah, and also too, I do want to call out because per AI, thank you. Here too, let me share this. So if you are on the Seed to Spoon app, whenever you come in here, you can go over here to Growbot and ask Growbot your questions. Let's see. So what marigolds are edible? If I can type. And everybody can ask questions, even if you're not on premium, you can go through and ask text questions up to three a day. But if you are on premium, you get to send pictures to Growbot too and ask unlimited questions, which is pretty great. Okay, so yeah, this is a good call out. So I would double check all of your plants that you're going to be growing just to make sure that they are edible before you do decide to go through and just taste test everything. Probably a good call out. Thank you for that. I like it. Oh, I do love dahlias. I have not learned to be super successful with them yet. Um, Bulbs are a whole nother league of their own, I feel like. And I've done all the seeds and we've started doing bulbs. Last year we actually did a whole bunch of different bulbs and elephant ears and dahlias and all of that. But so far we haven't been successful, but that's mainly I'm going to blame our so you guys are going to find this funny, but we have pigs on because we have 5 acres and we had babies last year and like they kept escaping the fence because they were really small and they kept going into our front garden and digging up all of our bulbs that we planted. So I will blame the pigs for that. But luckily now we have well, we don't have any babies, but we have we have it secured so the pigs cannot come out and eat all of our bulbs. So hopefully this year will go a lot better with that. Yes, I know. I use Growbot all the time. It's like my go-to whenever I have a question or even out in the garden the other day, I had a whole bunch of different so I planted like a raspberry and oh man, I had so many different berry bushes that I couldn't remember the difference between all of them. And the tags were nowhere to be found. So I was like, okay, well, Growbot, here you go. I snapped pictures. I was like, oh, that's right. That's what I planted here. And yeah, it was super helpful. It actually did that to me for gooseberry. I found my gooseberry plant yesterday. So if you all saw my video I posted yesterday, I discovered that my gooseberry plant is finally fruiting. There are these like little teeny tiny berries that are forming right now. I am so excited. I love it. Absolutely amazing. I can't wait to try them. So if you all have tried gooseberries, you definitely need to let me know how that goes for sure. Um, because I got some really fun suggestions yesterday whenever I posted that reel, and I'm excited to hopefully get. I'm hoping I get enough to harvest that I can try a lot and also cook a lot with them and all of that. Yeah, so excited. Ah, yes, I love it. Yeah, so Rachel, you have to let me know. Like, do you just like eat them? Because some people were saying that they loved to eat them just plain, and other people were saying how they liked to bake with them because they were a little bit bitter. So yeah, for sure. Like, I want to hear all of your guys' recipes and all of that. Whew. Oh, yes. Isn't it exciting yes, whenever you have one of your berry bushes that you've had for a couple years finally starts to give you fruit. It is so exciting. It's so rewarding too. I love it. It's something that's definitely there. Oh, Robin says my husband loves gooseberries. He eats them like grapes. Okay, well, I can't wait to try them. Yeah, Wendy, I don't know yet because I've never eaten them too, but it sounds like we have a lot of fans of them. So I'll let you know, and I'll let you know what they taste like. It was just one of those impulse buys for me. I was like, I want to try it. It looks really good. Looks good. Sounds good. I'll give it a try. I'll pop it in like a smart pot and see how it does. And so far, it's doing great. So yeah, yeah, they're good for baking. Yeah, that's what I hear. They're really good with baking. I did hear that there's a lot of places that have wild gooseberries, so that's pretty fun. Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. Okay. I was able to buy 3 blueberry plants yesterday. Oh, that's exciting. So blueberries are probably one of the don't let this discourage you, but it is the most finicky out of all of them, but mainly just because it likes a specific soil. It likes acidic soil versus just your standard soil that most everybody has. So whenever you do go and plant your blueberries, make sure you add a, let's see, I don't think I have one up there right now to show, but I have, whenever I plant these out, there's a espoma soil acidifier that I use, that I take that and whatever the back of it says, because it's been years now since I planted blueberries, but um, whatever the back says to add into the size of container you have, do that and mix it in, and it will acidify the soil to where your blueberries like it, and it'll be great. Um, so I mean, really, that's all I would really recommend. I mean, that and just there is a berry, like a berry espoma fertilizer as well, that you can use and give that, and that'll help it too, especially when it's fruiting. It'll help too. Um, I have all of mine in large smart pots. I do like 15 to 20 gallon size smart pots for them with the handles, so that way I can drag them and move them around. They're very heavy still because they're quite large, but they're still like movable too, which is pretty great. So yeah, definitely give that a try. I'm excited. Um, Interesting question, Sue. So mine does not. I don't believe so. I Yeah, I didn't notice that my gooseberries do. Now my raspberries have thorns, and I do have a blackberry bush, or blackberry vine that is actually thornless. So that's pretty great. I try to get thornless varieties when possible because I don't want the kids to, because they always come outside and they want to harvest as much as they can, like right off the vine. So I want everything to be as easy and kid friendly as possible. So I always try to get things that don't have thorns on them or are easy for them to get to or something that they'll like, all of that. Ooh, okay, thank you. So this is for gooseberries. So wait until they're fully ripe and they're sweet and delicious. But if you pick them too soon, they are sour, similar to kiwi. Okay, well, this is awesome. That's great news though, because my kids love kiwi and they will literally just eat a kiwi. They love the taste of it. So, hey, maybe gooseberries are gonna be a huge hit over here. I'll let y'all know. Aw, see you, Sue. It was good seeing you. Okay, we have another question. Can I have my plants inside with the proper equipment? Last time I had them outside, bugs hurt my plants. Yes, I know pests are definitely pesty, aren't they? Um, it depends on what you're trying to grow, really. I mean, technically, I mean, with anything, if you have the proper area and the proper space for them, you could technically grow really anything inside. Now, you do need to make sure that you have like actual grow lights if you are going to be growing them for fruiting or flowering or anything like that. Um, but yeah, you can for sure do that. Like I even have this large grow light that's actually right above me right here. So this works really good. I can grow a bunch of things right below. And I actually tried extending the life of my peppers that were in containers last year because I mean we had I feel like it was an early frost, but we brought a lot of our peppers, as many as we could fit in on this table, and we tried to like we actually kept them alive for quite a while, um, until it just got too cold because this is my garage, so it's too cold for peppers especially. But if you have an area that stays the proper temperature, that you have a grow light on, absolutely. But do beware, you can still get pests inside, especially aphids and like white flies, like things like that. You can still have issues with inside because I definitely do. Even in my indoor growing areas, I get aphids all the time, which I'm always like, oh, I hate it. And I'm always like, where are my ladybugs? I'm like, oh, I'm inside. So that part kind of sucks because you can't have like the aphids helping you out. are the ladybugs helping you out with the aphids. So you do have to rely a little bit more on yourself and keeping up and watching all of the plants a little bit closer and using more of like the um, organic sprays and neem oils, things like that, if you do have an issue. So I would definitely like if you have the time and way to do that, for sure, that would be helpful. Um, I didn't at the time whenever I did it because I was like, oh, I'm already late on my blueberries. So I really just took my existing soil and I added in the soil acidifier. But yes, in a perfect world, definitely test your soil first because it'll tell you exactly what you need and what you need to add to it too. Um, I don't know, Wendy. So Wendy says, "Do you know if I can dig up and transplant Sweet William and Bachelor buttons when they are flowering? They took over my 4x4 bed and I want to move them." Well, that's an amazing problem to have. I love that. But I honestly, I don't know. This might be a really good question for Growbot to see what Growbot would say about it. Um, I mean, if they're flowering, I don't know. I might be worried that it might take a lot out of them trying to move them, and they might go through some transplant shock. But I would definitely ask Robot. It's worth a try. Okay, so Ali says I'm planting raspberries this season. Will they fruit in their second season? It really depends on the plant and the age. Like there's different varieties, all of that. But most likely you will get a small harvest. The small harvest on that second season. But typically by the third year, you should get a pretty good one. Yes. Fruit flies also are one of the worst things. I hate fruit flies. Oh, yes, it's getting to fruit fly season. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Good call. I was just about to say I do this too. And so the only difference that I do this exact same thing. So I do a little container with some apple cider vinegar and put in a few drops of some soap into it, like dish soap. And it really helps also to like whenever they land in it, they get stuck too. So that helps. So yeah, I do all sorts of things for fruit flies because I feel you. I have fruit fly issues too. I think everybody definitely does. Oh yeah, good call out. Yeah, mosquito bits in water helps with the gnats, plus the yellow sticky traps. Okay, yeah, I love that. That's actually, thank you for reminding me. Yeah, I actually did that last year whenever it was so bad. I was like, I use these outside. I was like, I might as well try it inside too, and it actually did work quite a bit. I got quite a few flies and the gnats on it too. So yeah. So I don't know a lot about growing rhubarb personally. So Rachel says she has a question about rhubarb. I heard it shouldn't be harvested in its first year to allow the plant to establish its roots and crown. Is that true? So maybe somebody in the chat can help us out with this. I I have never personally grown rhubarb, so I don't know a whole bunch about it. I know it's very pretty because I feel like I was walking around when I was on vacation last year in Colorado, and so many people actually had just rhubarb growing in their front yards. And I was like, wow, this is so pretty. I love it. I was like, I really need to grow some. But that's about as far as I've gone on rhubarb. I apologize, Rachel. But Growbot to the rescue. Here, let's go to Growbot here real quick. When can you harvest rhubarb? Okay. Well, it says it's typically ready to harvest in its second growing season when the stalks are at least 12 to 18 inches long. A good rule of thumb is to harvest rhubarb in late spring to early summer, depending on your local climate. Well, yeah, and then it gives me in Oklahoma City because that's where I am. Yeah, okay. Remember, only the stalks are edible as the leaves are toxic. Thank you for the warning, Grobot. I appreciate it. So yes, Growbot is always super helpful whenever I don't know things. You see, I don't ever know everything too, so I always have to click over and ask Growbot some things too. Okay. Awesome. Yep. And looks like we got confirmation too. So yes, wait until at least the second year for rhubarb. Thank you. Awesome. And yeah, awesome. Well, thank you all so much. I can't believe it's already been an hour. I just looked at the time. I was like, "Oh my gosh, where did the time go?" I guess we got busy chatting and wow, we went the entire hour. I didn't think we would be hanging out that long, but look at us. Well, I'm going to go ahead and hop off then and try to get some work done out here and get some plants watered and maybe some fertilizer and stuff like that. Um, yes, Rachel. Free users can ask 3 questions a day, so you can ask any text questions you want to. Premium users will get unlimited and as well as be able to send pictures too. So if you have like a picture or like something going wrong with your plant, you can just take a picture and send that to Growbot. I've done this many times, or have a pest. I'm like, ooh, what is this? I'll take a picture and send it out up to Growbot, and it's super helpful. So definitely check that out and use that. Take advantage of it too because it is so helpful. So awesome. Well, this was super fun, everybody. And we always hang out like every single Tuesday. I'm always doing this too on YouTube and Facebook too. So make sure to join us next Tuesday at 12 o'clock Central Standard Time and we'll hang out again as well. Thank you all for joining. We'll see y'all next time. Bye.